All right, folks, here we are. I was sitting there thinking today, I go, I'm sorry for making a lot of videos where I'm not doing something, but it's winter time and I can't go do anything outside. I can do stuff inside, but that's a pretty big project coming up. But I was writing down, you know what, I'm forgetting something. Something to drink. See what I got here. Look at the glass. Oh, yeah. Old English 800. When cold, when blue. I don't know. It's blue to me. Let's try this. Uh-oh. What's going on? Don't be overflowing like that. I should just drink it right out the bottle. All right. There we go. All right. Looks like another beer. Try it. It's been a long time since I had one of these. It tastes like any other beer. Sorry. It's a lot of people thinking, oh, it's high alcohol. No, actually, I don't think this is. Oh man, come on. I know they got it on here. 5.9% alcohol. That's not much. Anyways, things that I've done in my life that are very embarrassing. Very embarrassing, and oh my gosh. And I try to remember them, and I did remember some. That's why we're doing this video. So, anyways, my first one was when we lived in a trailer park. It used to be a mobile home park, but then it ended up going into a trailer park, and I got the hell out of there. My son was playing with the neighbor behind us, and little Rocco. They must have been... Or they moved out, but this one of these experiences involves with his mom, and it's not what you think. It was close, but not what you think. Well, she tried, but anyways, shut up. I remember these other people moved in back there, and they were just trash people. The kid had a bow and arrow. And him and his friend are shooting it at each other in the backyard, trying to get it to go. I mean, dude, that would have went right into your freaking chest. I used to hunt with bow, and I mean, it might be a cheap bow, but dude, it'll go in. It might be a 45-pound pole, that'll still kill you. Anyways, his dad was. I was sitting there. They were playing on the sidewalk there, and my son goes to the other kid. He goes, "My dad doesn't like your dad." I was like, Dad, no, I like his dad. I hated his dad. His dad was an idiot. He was a riding lawnmower. And he hit the skirting on my trailer. How the hell do you do that? But they were just, it's the reason trailer parks are trailer parks. But yeah, that was embarrassing, but it was true. I just denied it because I was like so embarrassed. Kid probably went home, Dad, that guy over here don't like you. Well, I don't like him either. Go get your bow and arrow, go play in the backyard. As a matter of fact, the kid he was playing with, he ended up dying in a car crash. A couple years later, he was like 9 or 10 years old. Anyway, put my eyeballs on. Hold on a second here, folks. Oh, yeah, the neighbor back behind them, before they were there, when we first moved in, there were models up front. You could choose the wallpaper, you could choose the carpet, the countertops, the roof, the shingles, the siding. You could choose all that stuff because they built it from scratch, and it was a modular. Anyways, they pulled it in there, and I got to know the neighbor really well back there. Bev was her name, and she was the most forward person, letting you know that she wants to do something, and I think you know what I mean, And I remember we were up in Presque Isle. I don't even know where the heck it's at. I went up there with my son, her son, and we had a tent, and my wife was going to come up later on. After work, she was going to come up later on. And the only reason she found us is because her mouth was so big. and her laugh was so big and her mouth was so big. That's how she heard. But she was so forward. I remember there was a stump out there, and there were some knots hanging off it. She talked about rolling that thing into the tent and riding it. Very embarrassing to be around this girl, this woman. I helped her move from there, and then she down to Youngstown. Then she moved to somewhere in PA, and yeah, that's very embarrassing. All day that's the way she made comments, and just sexual comments all day. Oh my goodness. It was embarrassing and cringe, all right? Another one was when I worked at this Japanese restaurant, this lady, I didn't know she liked me until a couple of things happened, but nothing happened. She gave me one of them phone, a phone. It was shaped like a shoe. You just hung it up. It was a touchpad. You just plug it into the wall, and that was your phone. That was my phone. I remember I threw it in the garbage at my apartment, and she called me one day saying her boyfriend was beating her. Her husband or boyfriend, I don't even know if she was married at that time. So I said, well, okay, I'll come pick you up. I picked her up. I brought her back to my apartment, and she seen the phone in the garbage can. And I apologized. She says, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Well, I had to take her to a hotel room. Because she was wanting to dance and listen to radio, and I was like, I got to take you to a hotel room. I took her to a hotel room. Anyways, but it was in the garbage, and I'm sorry, she passed away a few years later. I don't know why. I contacted her one son on a thing, just to see how she's doing and stuff. And he said, no, she passed away like 3 years ago. And this was probably about 20 years ago that this happened. And I was like, oh my God. So anyways, well, rest in peace. And at this restaurant, here's another one. I was training to be a waiter. And it was a hibachi restaurant where everybody sits around this big table and they come out and do the fancy stuff in front of you. Great food, great people to work for. Hiro and Takahiro Wachi and Rumito. Great people. Rumiko. They were great people to work for. I loved them. But I left, and he never forgave me for that. Well, anyways, I was training to be a waiter. And you got the big round platters, and you had all the drinks on it. And when you go out there and take your drink order, you turn the grill on. And it's getting hot. So I got all their drink orders. And I'm walking over there, and I don't know how I did it, but it fell. And they all fell and just shattered all over the grill. Steam going up, and there were mixed drinks and pop. And I was like, God, I started breaking out in a sweat. Like someone turned on a sweat faucet, and it just started pouring out. Not because it was because I was so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God. It was, I had to give everybody their drinks and everything again. I had to clean all that crap up, and I was like, oh my God, what an idiot. Clumsy idiot. I might drink this whole thing by the time we're done. No, I'm gonna try. No. This was another one. Okay, this is my one girlfriend. When I lived in an apartment by myself, and my brother lived with me. I kicked him out. Then I ended up moving down to the other end of the thing because I lived next to a psycho chick. She was crazy. Anyways, my brother was living with me at the time. He dropped the toilet seat. The toilet seat fell down. She started going banshee on the wall, crazy. And someone said it was me. And they were going to evict me. And actually, the woman who was going to evict me was the manager, Barbara Walters. It wasn't the Barbara Walters, but I told her what's going on. And this lady starts going crazy. And she's seen, okay, we'll move you to another apartment. So I'm down at this apartment. I don't know why I took all that time up to set this up. But anyways, I had a girlfriend. Her name was Jen. And this is the one that called me after I got married. And we ended up breaking up after, she found somebody else and, whatever. But it was her birthday, it was her 18th birthday, and she was staying at a hotel. We went out with drinks with her parents, and then she was staying in a hotel. Her parents got her a hotel room for her friends so they could sit there and have a party, you know, like a little party and get together in a hotel room, motel. And they were sitting there, and I was like, hey, I'll sneak you up a case of beer, you know? And I was riding a bike at the time. So I went and got a case of damn Budweiser cans. And I go up there and had my bike there and everything. And I walk up to the door. I knock on the door. And she opens it up. And she's like, no, go away. And the door next to him opened up. It was her parents. I was like, oh, crap. He goes, I'll be taking that. I gave it to him. And I'm like, gosh, that was embarrassing. Oh, they were cool parents, though. They were nice parents. But can you imagine doing that? Walking up there, giving it to your but she broke up with me that New Year's. She worked with me at that restaurant. She was just making the salads. Put the salad stuff in a bowl, and that was it. And she ended up breaking with me. It was New Year's Eve, and that she broke up with me. I go, that's okay. We were like mutual. I wasn't heartbroken over it. But anyways, oh man, I'm sorry. Another time. Okay, I got that one done. Oh, okay. This was at work. Wait. Okay, these last two. Wait, no. Yeah, last two. These two happened at work. And these happened probably 20 years ago. I remember it was in the wintertime. And there was snow on the ground outside. And I come in by the dumpsters. And the warehouse where the machines were up there. So I had a snowball all packed, ready to go. And this is more being scared than embarrassed. And I was like, I'm just going to throw it up there. Everybody's up there. It's going to hit the ground or whatever. And I threw it. And there's this heating duct that goes the length of the place when they built the place, that goes the whole length of the warehouse. And it, boom, hits that. Snow goes flying everywhere. Not even 5 seconds later, the owner comes walking back with like 5 or 6 people in suits. They come walking back, and they had to have seen it. I was so scared. Sweat faucet turned on. I'm sweating, man. Oh my God. And I was like, he's going to fire me. He's going to fire me. I'm dead. He's going to talk to me at the end of the day. He's going to fire me. There's no way he didn't see that. He's going to fire me. Oh my God. Well, I'm still there. And this year is 30 years. I'm still there. And yeah, that was scary. I had another one that we used to screw around and turn the gas off the forklift. So you're driving, all of a sudden you're putting something up, all of a sudden the gas turns off, you think you're out of gas, someone turned the gas off. Well, I guess the owner didn't like this. He didn't think it was funny. So he told one of the guys in the office, if you catch anybody turning the gas off on a forklift, you fire them on the spot. Well, as you can see where this is glowing. That's a lot of beer. 42 ounces. It was Scott's forklift, and one of the bosses was I don't know, well, I was a good 80 feet away, and I'm sitting there turning it off, and one of the bosses was walking by. You turn that gas on now! I was like, yes, sir. I turned it, didn't fire me. But I deserved it. If I would have been fired, I guess I would have deserved it too. But he was bad. But man, that was just Embarrassing. Those are the ones that I could think of. The embarrassing. Now, I think the most embarrassing one was, I think, were the taking that I was embarrassed. It's a toss-up between the phone, dropping the drinks on a girl, and getting busted with the beer and giving it to the girlfriend. All the other ones they're okay, but man, let me know if you have any. You can email me at this address. And that's the address that I deleted over the 1 million emails. Just email me there, and I don't get that many emails anymore. But if you want to, email me your embarrassing moment. I'll keep your name private and everything like that, but just whatever story you have, man, that's embarrassing stuff. So I guess I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and cheers.